thing we're facing right now is COVID, which is no surprise to anybody. We have had, over the course of the last 2 years, we've had the jail with COVID issues, as almost as many staff as inmates. It's easier to isolate inmates than it is staff, ironically. So we have a county jail that's built for 72 inmates. Today we have about 111 on our guest list, all of which are felons because of the fact that for the most part we're writing in notices to appear for misdemeanor. So a shoplifter or misdemeanor theft, unless it's a violent misdemeanor like an assault or obviously partner family member assault, that's a different situation. So many of the people that we would normally be arresting, between the COVID and the fact that we're overloaded, we're not able to do that, so we're writing a notice to appear and they're coming into court. And, they're either paying their fines or basically on a waiting list to get into the hotel. And so we have a ton of warrants that are out for people who just don't show up after we've written them a notice to appear. So, I mean, it's one of those things that there isn't any way that I can see that alleviate the issue right away. One, because the state prison's not moving inmates, so we have some state inmates that normally would have moved out of our facility, and they're stuck in our facility because the state in the prison has COVID issues too, and which at first it made me angry, and I was very upset the prison wouldn't take any inmates. But then I called Jim Solomon, the warden at the prison, who's my classmate, and I said, you know, Jim, you really pissed me off that you're not taking any inmates, but if I was running the prison, I'd be doing the same thing you're doing. So that's kind of how it is. We always make room for, that's why we actually were down to like 104, 105 last week. So if there's a violent offense or something where somebody's persistent, you know, they're more than one misdemeanor in a row, or they indicate to us that they're going to commit a crime if they're released, or if they're just not acting right, we do make room for those folks. We also, with the weather the way it is, we have, the Sheriff's Department has a duty to make sure that people are okay. So if we have homeless folks or people who are intoxicated to the point they can't maintain for themselves, we have to take them into custody until they are in a condition where they are able to maintain for themselves. So we have some protective custody inmates that as soon as we get them warmed up and sobered up, we kick them back out again. But so we always make room for those things, and that's why we're at 111. And we have been as high as 123. We don't like to get to that level. It's hard on the staff. It's hard on the inmates. It's just a real pressure cooker in a building like that with 123 people that don't want to be there.